Being a triathlete and having the opportunity to participate in an Ironman is a dream come true for many. But for some, they had no choice but to stop in the meantime for certain reasons, like Alistair Brownlee. If you haven't heard any news about him recently, well, let's find out. So for today's video, we'll be talking about Alistair Brownlee and his epic return to Ironman 70.3 Oceanside this 2022. So be sure to stay tuned until the end of this video. Welcome to Triathlon Global Insights, the motivation channel for all triathletes. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to stay updated with what's happening in the triathlon world. We keep you updated about triathlon news, incredible races, training tips, and information about pro athletes. Alistair Brownlee, a patriotic Yorkshireman who has become a double Olympic triathlon champion, was born and raised in Leeds, United Kingdom. Few triathletes have a more distinct racing style. To put it another way, hyper-competitive. Throughout Alistair's domination of short-course triathlon, everyone else knew they were in for a tough race if he was on the starting line. But in truth, Alistair's biggest adversary has frequently been his physical limits and infirmities. He and his brother Johnny Brownlee would hammer the field on the bike to build a breakout, frequently overtly yelling commands at their breakaway partners, particularly once out of T2. He had a reputation for sprinting off a hard bike at breakneck speed. In conclusion, it would be foolish to bet against Alistair in a one-off race if all the competitors were in excellent shape. Brownlee's talents, accomplishments, and hobbies are not limited to triathlon. Before Alexander Yee pushed what was considered a fast-running triathlon to a new level, Alistair had announced his ambitions to test himself in pure running competitions, notably the Glasgow Commonwealth Games 10,000 meter. He won the British 2018 10,000 meter track title in 27 minutes and 51 seconds. Alistair had declared his ambition to test himself in pure running events following his achievement at London 2012, notably the Glasgow Commonwealth Games 10,000 meter. Brownlee has a good running history, having won the English Schools Cross-Country Championship in 2016. However, despite posting a time of 28 minutes 32 seconds in 2013, he fell short of the minimum B level of 28 minutes and 10 seconds required to participate in Glasgow. Alistair is a bright student in addition to his sports abilities. He began his medical studies at Cambridge University before transferring to the University of Leeds to pursue a sports science and physiology degree. Brownlee has also written 2 books, the first of which is the popular Swim, Bike, Run, Our Triathlon Story, which he co-wrote with Johnny and details the brothers' climb to the top of the sport. Then, in 2021, he published Relentless, a documentary that looks at what characterizes or creates sporting brilliance through interviews with athletes from several sports. Alistair has the appearance of a man who is driven by achievement in every aspect of life. For example, he joined Incus Performance as an investor and strategic consultant in October 2020, and he was voted to the European Olympic Committee's Athletes Commission in October 2021. He is, however, much more than that, and immediately after his London 2012 victory, he and Johnny founded the Brownlee Foundation. This charity strives to encourage youngsters from all walks of life to enjoy and benefit from athletics. Alistair Brownlee, together with his brother Johnny, astronomically upped the bar for what was expected of British triathletes. No, all triathletes. Not to mention Chrissy Wellington's remarkable long course success. Britain had produced short course world champions like Simon Lessing, Spencer Smith, Leonda Cave, Helen Jenkins, before Alistair truly made his mark on the international arena. On the other hand, the number of victories and the way Alistair dominated races at the highest level of the sport, on the other hand, was unparalleled. In that field, he lived during a unique period that included ITU Individual World Championships in 2009 and 2011, ITU Mixed Team Relay World Championships in 2011 and 2014, European Individual Champion in 2010, 2011, 2014, and 2019, gold medals at the Commonwealth Games of 2014, individual and relay, individual triumphs in a stunning number of events, including classic races like Kitzbühel in 2014, Edmonton in 2014, and Leeds in 2016 and 2017. Alistair also made history in 2019 by being the first individual to win the ITU World Championships as a junior, under 23, and senior. Since 2016, Alistair's Olympic distance racing has been increasingly infrequent. However, in 2017, he dabbled in middle distance racing, winning Ironman 70.3 St. George and Challenge Gran Canaria. And in 2018 and 2019, he finished second in the Ironman 70.3 World Championship. In 2019, he went full distance for the first time, winning Ironman Ireland despite a canceled swim, and then finished Ironman Western Australia in a scorching 7 hours, 45 minutes, and 20 seconds. In 2019, he made his debut in the Big Island, finishing 21st after fading from 3rd place and the start of the race. Alistair and his younger brother, Johnny, hail from quite the active family. Keith, the father, was a runner, while Kathy, the mother, was a swimmer, with Edward, the youngest brother, preferring rugby. Alistair was introduced to triathlon by his uncle, and his influence on the sport in the United Kingdom and elsewhere has been significant. Despite the countless triumphs, charity work, and other endeavors that have surely inspired others, it was the Brownlees and triathlon's brotherly love demonstrated in Cozumel in 2016 that caused the Brownlee and triathlon to become viral in mainstream media. Johnny was on track to win the World Championships, but calamity struck as he approached the finish line in hot weather. His legs began to give way, and he appeared to be on the point of falling, but Alistair caught him and virtually carried him across the finish line. After a long layoff, Alistair Brownlee is getting set to race again in Ironman 70.3 Oceanside next month. Despite an ankle ailment, the two-time Olympic champion went through 3 months of misery for a three-peat campaign last summer. However, when his attempt ended at WTCS Leeds in June, he underwent ankle surgery and has been gradually regaining racing fitness. He was able to go back on his bike late last year to compete in the legendary Badlands gravel event in Spain and the British Gravel Championships. Now, the Yorkshireman is ready to return to professional triathlon competition in 2022, focusing solely on long-distance events. On Saturday, April 2nd, he'll go to Oceanside to refine his preparedness for the year's first big test, the postponed 2021 Ironman World Championship in St. George on May 7th. Alistair will then face strong Norwegian Christian Blumenfelt in early June as the two prepare for the much-hyped sub-7, sub-8 project in Germany. After that, all roads should lead to an emotional return to Kona for elite triathlon, with the first Ironman World Championship held there since 2019. With an Ironman World Championship so early in the year, many forthcoming events will have packed pro start lists, and Oceanside is expected to be no exception. That's the end of our video for today. What are your thoughts on Alistair Brownlee's comeback? Leave a comment below to let us know. Thank you for watching and staying with me up until the end of this video. You may like, subscribe, and press that notification bell so that you'll be updated on my next upload. Adios!